Morning ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Apologies for the mess in the kitchen. Casual last night we made these toasties in the waffle iron, which were delicious, so I'll put a picture on screen. But today is leg day. I'm doing something a bit different for breakfast. I'm going to have my smoothie. I made a bit of a rush this morning to get things done. Gotta edit, do a bit of work, get the dog to my nan's house, which he's slowly getting better at getting in the car, which is good, but I haven't tried it in my car yet. He's only ever got in my mum's car so far, so we'll see if he gets in mine. Hopefully he will. Nope, almost added the wrong thing. But still, usual ingredients for the breakfast: almond milk, a bit of water so I don't have to use too much almond milk, 100 grams of oats, scoop of protein, which I actually need to order more of. And what I don't get with is why protein is now so expensive. Like, to get a 2 kilo bag, it's like what, 70-80 pounds. Although with this, they always have discount codes that you can use, and there's always some sort of sale on. So you have to make use of one of those. What else do I need for this breakfast? Banana. Ow. Just got an electric shock from a banana then. And I need a knife. Where's a knife? Knife. So I'm not too sure what to do with today's leg day. Whether to keep it the same as last week, keep the same movement in, or switch up. I'm contemplating swapping out the Zercher reverse lunges for some Bulgarian split squats, because I'm quite sadistic, as you already know, and I actually like doing the split squats. Although, as mentioned, this is intensity week, so intensity block rather, first week of the intensity stuff, so it won't be too crazy volume, maybe some sort of heavy sets of 5, maybe 6 even, but keep things relatively low, nothing too heavy. Ran 8k worth of intervals yesterday, 1 kilometre intervals with 2 minutes rest between, which has absolutely destroyed my legs. I was still feeling the effects of Monday, which isn't great, but again, it's just, but I'm telling myself this is the intensity block, so I'm not going to feel fresh for the next couple of weeks, and that's all going to be sort of realised after this block. Hopefully it is. I'm not just digging myself deeper into the ground and not being able to utilise it. But that is the smoothie made. The only thing missing is sultanas. I might add them on top afterwards for a bit of garnish. And as always, I am sitting on the Cannonball coffee, maximum charge for that caffeine. And I'm going to drink this whole cafetiere before training. Training a bit early today, which is why I'm having the smoothie, so it doesn't sit on my stomach too much as it digests. I'm going to have this, work, edit, tidy this kitchen because it is a mess. I'd show you, but it'd be ashamed. It is a bit of a tip, so we need to sort that out. But yeah, enjoy this and then head to the gym for leg accessory day. Oh, that's very fun. There's the smoothie. Bit too smooth for my liking, but that is breakfast for today. Do this. Good boy. See you later. Bye bye. Right, now it is time to head to the gym and then to work. Is this zoomed out enough? Yeah. I've noticed that while editing the mic up sessions of last week's video, some of the audio just come out of the left headphone. I don't know why I try and vlog while I try and close the doors, there's not much space, which was rather annoying. It's only playing from the left hand side, whereas the next clip would be totally normal when nothing has changed. So I need to look into that, figure out what the problem is there. Again, I don't touch the settings on the mic between sets, I just literally press record and stop. Maybe move the camera, but I don't go near the actual settings. Anyway, so that's why today's gonna be a mix of mic'd up and just regular microphone. So I'm gonna head to work now. It's gonna be a quick 45-minute session. I don't have much time before coaching again. But again, that was just a bit awkward then because people were in the streets, cars were driving by. I've got this camera in my face, but we're learning not to care, doing our own thing. That's in there, sipping the usual, my protein in the pump. But time to quickly head to work, get this lifting. Oh. I'd say because this is intensity week, I decided to make some changes, but I will talk to you about those when we get to the gym. And here we are for the first working set of the safety bar squats. Now it's taken literally no time at all to get up to this first weight. This is why I like safety bars so much. They're starting to grow on me because I haven't got to faff about getting this right shoulder looser and warmer to hold it in back position there. I've just got to get the hips warm, glutes firing, and then I'm good to go. This is taking me 10 minutes to get warm and work up to this weight. Although I know it's not a massive weight, but it's still the time to obviously unload it, do a set and warm up and all that. So I'm going to see how this feels. Legs are still feeling a little bit sore from yesterday's running and obviously Monday's run as well. So I'm going to see how this feels. Aim is 5, again with the pause, but get to round 3 and see how it feels. But sticking with the 3 sets this week. Oh, last rep was a bit of a struggle. Not sure what that clicking was, if you heard it. I think it was my ankle or the sleeve, but felt okay, I think. So this week and next week I'll stick to the 5s before taking a bigger jump up and hitting some 3s just to finish off the intensity block and then taper for those 4 weeks. Again, not much rest for today's session. Got 45 minutes just to get everything done, so let's fly through these sets. And that is safety done this week. They felt surprisingly good. Better than last week, even though my legs are more fatigued than last week. Chucked an extra set because why not, 'cause they're feeling good. But now I've decided to get rid of the Zercher reverse lunge and go into the Bulgarians. So let's get into those. So the key to any good split squat is in the setup, just like with any other lift. You don't want to be jumping around and hopping around, faffing about, trying to find that good position for yourself. So the key is, you're going to sit down, extend both legs out and your heels are on the ground, legs are straight, and that's going to be where you plant your feet. So the stand of the leg is going to stay forward, the leg's going to bend back as you rock up. Now I'm going to take hold of the weights and then place my back foot on the bench. And this will be my start position for my split squat, or my optimal position, and from there, it's going to be down, up, and the other key point I like to make is resting between sides, because that back leg is actually doing some work to help assist you on the stand. Although if you do have to go from leg straight up to the leg, I recommend for the next set, start on the leg you just finished with. That gives sort of both legs the same amount of sort of work to rest, if that makes sense. Yeah, keeping the intensity high on these. Sets of 5, right for another 3 or 4 sets. And then just the posterior chain work and core work. Still keeping this relatively low volume, but high intensity, sort of keeping up week to week. Oh, let's go for that other leg. And obviously, once you're set up, you can use your marker to where to put your feet. Like today, I'm using the edge of the mat just before it goes onto the turf as my marker, so I don't have to reset or find that start position each time. Oh, that's a bit on that one. Oh. Also, when you're doing double dumbbells, let me know if you, because I don't know if you saw for that one, I had on the back leg, that one turned in front of the thigh, the other one by my side. Let me know if you hold them both by your sides or that sort of mixed grip. And then you can rest on the minute. And then 3 more sets. Legs are already feeling it, quads are feeling heavy today. But that's expected for the next couple of weeks at least. Size split squats done, they were tough. So on to the death march. And one thing I've got to mention about split squats is you can also use straps. I'd recommend using straps if you're going particularly heavy, because then again it just takes away your grip being the limiting factor. Now onto death marches. This week I've decided to go up by 5 kilos, so go into the 20s, again bring the volume down, up the intensity. Also, if you can't tell, I've got the camera tripod on its highest setting, because I thought, why not, while the gym's quiet, see what it's like. I did think about flying a drone, but it just takes a bit long, just the fact that it doesn't take too long. I just want to sort of get the session over and done with. Ouch! Oh, hamstring, I'm feeling those, particularly after stage running. And to tell the truth, Owen found on the football in the field yesterday, and so being a good dog dad I am, booted it for him, but maybe put a bit too much power into it, and this hamstring was very close to being pulled. So lucky it didn't. I managed to give it a quick stretch. Would have been rather embarrassing if that had happened, but I was after all the running yesterday, so yeah. It just shows how long I haven't played football for and the sort of power needed to actually kick a ball. So maybe I'll hold off the idea of getting back into football. We'll go for 2 more sets and then I'll be on to the ab and core work to finish off. Again, keeping these short and sweet, but intensity up there if you can't tell by my breathing. On the topic of that, if any of you are used to the DJI mics, is there a way of me making it not pick up my heavy breathing and just picking up my speaking? Because I think people use the, I think it's the Rhodes 2, and when they talk, picks up perfectly, but when they're sort of straining during a set, doesn't pick up that, whereas for me it picks it up, and I'm a bit self-conscious of it. So if you are used to it, or maybe the product, leave a comment below, help a guy out. This is going to be ab and core work, and the way I differentiate, or I like to differentiate abs and core into being, when you say you're doing abs, you're sort of doing sort of flexion, rotation movements to actually train the muscle and grow it. That makes sense, because obviously you want to grow some abs, you do weighted sit-ups. For example, I'm trying to do upper abs, so I'm going to do some band crunches, kneeling band crunches, and the key is to keep your hips stable. Imagine trying to put your elbows down towards your knees, just getting a very short crunch. I'm not round the back and sitting back. That does nothing, that's the core's not involved. That's more of a kneeling squat, kneeling hip thrust. So I had to get the band a nice bit of tension. Obviously you can do this with the ropes as well. Sort of tuck my hands into behind my ears, sort of hold that position in place, let it pull me up slightly, and then pull down and crunch. Again, it's not much range of movement, but really focusing on squeezing the abs at the bottom. Oh, I think I'll set at 15. And then straight into the core work. So differentiating this from that. This is going to be a pull-off press, which the anti-rotation, so that is the core strength of trying to fight that resistance. There's no sort of load on the core. Hopefully this is all making sense. But for the pull-off press, grab yourself a band and you're going to hold it in between your chest. Obviously the further you step away, the more resistance there will be, so the more tension will be on the core. Keeping those shoulders back, soft knees. Get that core engaged more, you're going to press forwards, keeping it in the midline of that chest. And we're just chucking a 10-second hold to the end. As a bit of added bonus, you're also feeling that pec hold and that, so I'm holding that fly contraction. So again, core and chest as well. But I'll do the side, 2 or 3 more rounds, and then that'll be the session done. And there are the abs. Don't know if this is going to make it in, can't even tell what I look like. But if you've made it in, you're seeing it now. If not, it'll be showing something else. But guys, session done. Quick stretch, quick change, and then coaching, because I'm a sweaty mess. And you wouldn't be seeing this coaching you, would you? Nice little heart for I Love Lift. Hello. Oh, hello, mister. Hello, what a big stretch. Had a nice morning. Dog food acquired. Now I'm just going to make some lunch before I've got to head off, back out again, drop Odin at my nan's, grandmother's, and then head back into work. I'll take him for a quick walk as well. But I'm going to make lunch. Just got 2 packs of rice, coconut rice, mixed pepper rice, some peri chicken chasers. I'm going to have some thick white bread, which is just, there's something about white bread, isn't there, that just makes it nicer in a sandwich. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about was that last clip. Now, since filming that clip, I've had a little think about not showing it, even though I'm still thinking about not showing it. But if you're seeing this, I've shown it. And that's just, I even filmed a clip of me doing something else just to transition over it. But since I've been involved with weightlifting for the last 9-10 years, I've never really been too concerned with sort of how I look. I've used that as a more like a secondary outcome of my training. But still with that subconscious sort of body dysmorphia, if you like, of always being too fat, and you know, wonder what people are going to think of me seeing me like that. But yeah, I'm just sort of slowly becoming more and more confident in how I look. Obviously I'm a lot more muscular than I was back then, which is nice. And I've just sort of learned to not care what other people are thinking. Similar to obviously with that sort of body shape in mind, and when I go and vlog as well, just thinking like when say I'm out with friends and family, they just sort of eat and drink what they like with no concern, whereas I'm always almost overanalyzing, thinking about the calories and macros, or the numbers in my head, knowing the effects it's going to have. That's one reason sort of why I try not to drink too much, although on occasion I do let myself go a little bit and maybe drink too much. But I always think, like, this is me just truly open up. When I always used to go on a night out and I had a drink, I'd always sort of try and sort of flex and feel my abs under my t-shirt, just to sort of almost make sure they're there as if I was going to drink and just gain fat straight away. But obviously that would not be the case and would never be the case. Although I'd be worried if it was. I don't know where I'm really going with this. I'm just sort of speaking my mind as I make some lunch. I'm not even sure if anyone's going to watch this, but it's always nice just to get things off the chest out into the open. If you are listening all this way, comment below, I don't know, comment below the words piri piri, just to let me know if you've seen this clip and your thoughts on sort of body dysmorphia, or how you view yourself, how you've changed. Because right now it's what I tell clients as well, is to sort of not worry about how they look as much as how they feel. Like I'm feeling strong, hitting PBs and running. May not have a six-pack, but I feel strong, I look strong. Obviously the goal's always been to look like I lift with clothing on, which sometimes when I look at pictures, I was going to look myself in the mirror, I don't really see it, but in pictures I'm like, damn, like a bit almost taken aback at what the people see. Jealous of you all. I'm joking. Like I'm not got the best physique, nor do I think I ever will. But it's just something that I thought I'd get that off my chest. And when I was struggling, just you got to think about training as, again, don't know where I'm going with this. Almost poured that in there without microwaving it. Because yeah, since I've been in weightlifting, I've always just concerned myself with what the body can do, trying to obviously snatch and clean jerk the most weight, squat the most weight with CrossFit, seeing how fit I can get. Always having sort of those physical metrics rather than the aesthetic metrics, if that makes sense. So not really cared. Obviously it's always been nice to look good, to have that sort of back definition, big arms, chest definition. But for me that's always been secondary. But now going to sort of hybrids, almost bodybuilding-esque stuff, it's easy for me to shift back into that sort of mindset. So it's a bit of a catch-22, I don't know. Just always, for me, it's always finding a fine balance of that, just keeping that, like not worrying too much about how I look, just enjoying. Obviously if I wanted to, I could, I say easily, it'd be quite tough, get down to maybe single digit body fat, but it'd take a long time, a lot of dedication, and I'm just one who loves their food too much. And I just enjoy going out with friends, family, the girlfriend, and just not worrying about things. Like I'll always go and eat the most food. I don't know about the family, and they've got leftovers, they'll just sort of send them down to me, or if I order, I'm ordering a main and 2 or 3 sides. But no idea what I've just been saying. I'm gonna finish making this lunch, get Mr. Odin in the car hopefully, and then yeah, we'll decide what clip we do next. And obviously with filming these clips, I've been taking the battery out and charging it in between clips. So I'm not sure what's lasted over the whole battery life, but hopefully it's not damaging it too much. And I do need to buy some new batteries. And I'm also looking at buying a car mount, sort of a side car mount for the camera, because that'll be cool. And a bit of rice has just dropped into the coffee, so that is that now out of action. Ain't drinking no spicy coffee. Right, yeah, if you watch this all, comment the word peri peri and let me know your thoughts, how you feel with your sort of physique and training, and if you've ever experienced anything like I have, or I'm sort of going through. Yeah, need to make this and make a move. And after what has felt like the most chaotic 2 hours ever, I'm back in work and it's finally time for some lunch. Also brought some HP sauce with me. I was going to make some sweet chili, but didn't want it to spill in the bag. Thankfully Odin got in the car straight away. Didn't need too much convincing, sort of pulled him towards the car and he just got in nicely, which is great. But anyway, time now to enjoy this. Obviously back in work, just covering open gym for the first shout and then coaching. But I've sort of enjoyed today's leg day, although I can't wait to actually just do my body and absolutely destroy my legs each session rather than keep them relatively fresh for runs. Obviously that was still a taxing session, just stick with the the strength work with the lower numbers. But I just can't wait to do more volume and get more of a pump in the quads and the legs to sort of 4 or 5 movements rather than just 3 or 4. Maybe bump it up to 6. So I'll get the leg extensions, leg curls, hip thrusts, all of those back in, more of that isolation work in. But good session. Tomorrow's going to be upper body session back at dedicated. Not dedicated, pure gym. I haven't got time to go over to dedicated, although I like to go over there for leg days because they have this as much like it, you name it, they've got it for legs. So it's a great gym for that. But I'm gonna enjoy this lunch. No idea what the calories are, but it should be enough to see me through to this evening. Watch some YouTube. And as always, if you like this video, smash the like button. If you like to like it, obviously if you enjoyed it, like it. If you are new, smash subscribe, turn notifications, all that jazz. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.